I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Getting to here on Sunday. The loss just happened. It's been about 30 minutes after the game was over. Thought I'd go ahead and get on here though and give you my thoughts on the game. You're probably watching this on Monday or later because I went ahead and just going to wait and actually make the vid and post it tomorrow when I'm away because the upload speed here at my apartment with the internet doesn't really seem too fast. It takes forever to upload a video. But let's get to it. Another loss. Team is 0-2. This one, even though it's close, it doesn't feel as good as last week right now. But there's still some things to look positively on. There's some things that definitely need some work. Let's go ahead and start with what everybody's going to be talking about, and that's Cam Newton's performance. That's what everybody's going to want to hear about, talk about. He bested his passing yard total from last week, which is incredible. I would have took about any bet saying he wouldn't be able to do that against the Green Bay Packers defense. But he had better than, let's see, I think it was 430 something yards in the game. So he bested his 422 from last week. But he made some mistakes today that are young rookie mistakes that he's going to have to learn and adapt to. 3 interceptions, that's inexcusable. You have to protect the ball better than that. I think, though, you have to commend the kid's just his heart and his passion to want to win. He's out there every play trying to score on every play. And the first half rather was pretty great. He made very few mistakes. He was right on the money. That at the end of the half, though, and then the third quarter was pretty bad. That's when he started, throwing the picks and some poor decisions, throwing into traffic, things like that. Didn't quite happen the way they probably planned it coming out of halftime. But he came back in the fourth quarter, made some more plays, and kind of redeemed himself a little bit. But he ends with 1 touchdown passing, 1 touchdown rushing, and 3 interceptions. But I think it's pretty obvious this guy is our future. He's out there competing so hard, and he's got the intangibles that you look for in a quarterback. He just does, and we've got to give him time to develop, learn the ways of the NFL. It's only his second game, and he's thrown for nearly 900 yards of offense in 2 weeks. So, I don't think Jimmy Clausen could do that. Matter of fact, I know he couldn't do that. He brings an energy to the team that's just undeniable. Steve Smith came out. He had some plays today that just made me scratch my head. Still wound up with over 150 yards receiving, which is great, but he had that awful fumble that I don't even know how that happened. I don't know how you take the ball and hold it out like this when you're a veteran receiver like Steve Smith. He should know better than that. But he just held it way out, and it got stripped right away. And that probably cost us any chance of the game right there. It just kind of took away a lot of momentum. And, and he had several drops. I think it was 2 drops that he had that he definitely should have caught. He's given a lot of effort, but he had just some silly mistakes that you can't expect a veteran like that to make. It just shouldn't be happening. But I see this loss as more of a team loss. I think there are a lot of different aspects of the team that contributed to the loss. It's not only Cam, it's not only Smitty, it's not only those two. On defense, we've got to learn how to stop the run. Why can't we stop the running game up the middle? We got our defensive tackles that are young, inexperienced, but it seems like every time that the running backs break through the middle and get through the first level, there's nobody there. It just seems like the linebackers have been blocked out of the play. I don't know what it is, but we just got to try to key on stopping the running game a little bit, because that's kind of what kept opening up Green Bay's offense in this game. James Starks was just going crazy. That's got to get better. It has to get better. And also, we've got to start running the ball. I don't get it why we can't run the ball at all, it seems like. Screen passes are seeming to work a lot better than any kind of running play we can run. But that has got to get going. They've got to work that in the game plan immediately. I mean, you can't put everything on Cam Newton's shoulders to throw almost every play of the game. That just can't happen. We've got to run the ball. We've got 2 Pro Bowl caliber backs. Use them, please. Let's see. Special teams is a little bit better this week. Didn't give up anything big. Yeah, that's really all I have to say right now. I feel like this game was so close we could taste it. It would have been a huge win. I mean, still a 7-point game is respectable against the defending Super Bowl champions. Yeah, and especially considering they had an extra 4 days to prepare for us. But it's got to keep getting better. And next week we have the Jaguars. The Jaguars are a team that's struggling. They lost big today to the Jets. I think like 48-3, something like that. We've got to beat them. That's a must win. If we don't beat them, something's wrong. We have them at home. We got to take them down. And another thing, the red zone offense has to improve. I mean, some of it is Cam's decision making. Yeah, some of it's the play calling. I think on 3rd and 1 in the red zone, inside the 10, inside the 5. Why don't you pound the ball and run it? I mean, whether that's Cam Newton quarterback sneak, or whether that's John Stewart, D'Angelo Williams, whether it's a give to the fullback, I don't know. You don't do some kind of finesse rollout, try to pass when it's 3rd and 1 and you got it so close. Get in there, block hard, push, pick it up. I mean, that's my philosophy, and I think that's what should be done in that situation. And what is it with going to Legadoo Nene every time we seem to get close to the goal line? I mean, I don't understand that. I mean, that one pass that Cam threw way wide of Nene, that should have been on the money, an easy touchdown. But regardless, Cam just seems to want to force Nene the ball every time we get into the deep into the red zone. I don't understand that, but I don't know. It seems like most of the time Nene's not really fighting for the passes. He seems too lax out there. But it's got to keep getting better, and I'm going to reserve judgment on this team for a while. I know it's a very, very young team. It's a work in progress, but I just want to keep seeing improvement. And I mean, there's some phases that got better this week. There's some that weren't quite as good. But we just got to move forward and keep at it. I'm excited for next week still. I'm excited to keep watching this season. I think this team has a passion about it that teams in the past have not had, that the Panthers teams have not had, not in a while. It's been a while. This team has a strong hunger to win, and let's just move forward and keep it up. So, still in week 2, we got time to make it up. Let's try to win what we can. So, in the meantime, be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll talk to you later on this week. Give you my thoughts going into the Jacksonville game about what to look for. So, y'all have a good week. We'll talk to you soon. Go Panthers.